Welcome to my 1-year anniversary, my first episode of 2024, and 1 year since I started doing my videos. I started my YouTube channel, and for the anniversary I'm once again back in Normandy, where it all started 1 year ago. And I decided to come back here because I saw, checking on Google Maps and revisiting the places I've seen before, I saw how many places I didn't visit because it was not enough time for 1 week. And yeah, there are smaller places that were still interesting to visit, but yeah, I was just running out of time. So I decided, okay, take 1 more week or for 4 full days and check out the smaller places. And the first one already is worth it. It's Batterie de Granville, I think that's the name. And you don't find many suggestions online and reviews, and I imagine not many people coming here just for the reason it's purely on private property. And you see what I'm seeing. One of the bunkers left over, I think, was ammunition and for the crew and whatnot. Now today it's for the ponies. That's really nice. So I cannot get close to the bunkers. Like I said, it's private property. It's fenced off, and even one bunker is overgrown. But still, one place interesting to visit. There's one more bigger bunker there, and the interesting, or the bunkers we've seen in different ways before, is that one and that one over there. That's also on private property, just on the other side of the road. My car parked there. And yeah, as you can see, there are places people find interesting enough to show for the public. So they opened it up. They made small museums and other places. Well, it's tough to get here, as you can see. It's all land roads, and mostly used by tractors and farm vehicles and whatnot. All fenced off. I had some sheep, some cows, stuff like that. It's going down there. We saw those kind of bunkers before. But still, 2 big bunkers for Batterie. You see this type with this one. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it from here. I just saw it from the side with the car. See, that's the back entrance there. Was a steel door in between before. Of course, the steel they could take out and reuse. And the way you see it from there, that's where the cannon was standing and aiming at, able to shoot out, surely downwards the beach there. And one more like this over here. Pretty much the same, as you can see. That's the opening for the cannon, coming out there, aiming down there. Maybe it was open to the public before, because they have a little sign there, Atlantic Wall, or maybe he makes some private visits. Ah, that one is even the same, yeah. So overall, probably 3 bunkers filled with a cannon, aiming downward the beach. Little different angles. I'm pretty sure, like we saw it in the other bunker areas, there are smaller bunkers around here, and protecting those bigger bunkers from coming infantry trying to occupy these places. So that's a place which was hard to find for me before, of course, because it's hidden somewhere in between beaches, a couple kilometers down there. Oh yeah, we're at Utah Beach, the same place where I started before, and yeah, today I have some spaces, some spots like this one I want to visit, and especially today also here are some memorial places I like to see. Easy Company, probably everybody knows from the TV series, and Richard Winter's Memorial, and some other ones, Filthy 13 Memorial. Yeah, places like this I'd like to see, just to pay them my visit. So there are some concrete leftovers they use nowadays. And this is, yeah, with the Normandy. So see the weather, light overcast. It's around 10 degrees Celsius today. Bit chilly, but when you walk around a lot, it's not so bad, it's not too warm. Okay, that's it for stop 1 today. Plenty more to come. I hope they're interesting as this one. Just nice to see, you know. Private property, they have a camper there. Like I said, the ponies have their own bunker. Okay, off to stop number 2. So I'm at stop number 2, Queenville Battery. Same as before. It's really in between fields and whatnot, and again completely on private property. From where I am right now, we only can see the openings where the cannons would have been at, looking out of the concrete. You can see one bunker there and one on this side. So a little smaller battery than the one we came from. As you can see, again, farm roads, not even solid concrete. I'll show you one funny thing how I get here in a moment. And where we've been before must have been, wait, somewhere inside there, like 2 or 3 kilometers inland. And so these bunkers aiming down here, my direction, and the other ones we came from were down there, aiming here. What we can see down there, that's Utah Beach, and all over there in the distance, that's where I started 1 year ago. It's where this all ancient, old castle has been. And all those down there, that's all landing beaches of Utah Beach, going around all the way down there. That's where our next stop will be. But like I said, I have some special stops today where usually people don't visit and don't come by. It's not that much to see. Still, I saw them on the map. I wanted to take a quick look. And if it wouldn't be such massive concrete and steel inside of those, they wouldn't be here anymore anyway. Maybe that's for the most of those concrete buildings, but it's just impossible to scrape them, so they are left in between the fields and the farmers work around them. So Utah Beach, I have some more smaller bunkers. I'd like to pay a visit down there on the shoreline. I've seen those before. So we go down to the Utah Beach Landing Memorial. Some cows. And that will be our next stop. Quick stop at the beach. Just came down from behind those houses, less than a kilometer, just down a really small hill. And now we're directly down Utah Beach. There's one bunker, as you can see, the opening there, looking downward the coastline, and there's the same one on the opposite side of the concrete wall, looking down this way. And all these beach line landing beaches of Utah Beach. As you can see from the seagrass, that's the farthest point water will come in. Leave the grass there, so you see the high point of the water, and I guess that's the point they tried to meet on D-Day. I'm not sure if they did it exactly. I need to reread the book, but that's the closest way. Then I don't know how deep the water is there and where all these defensive spikes and whatnot would have been, but that's the water level they tried to have for the landing, so they get the closest to the beach and the shortest way to storm these bunkers and to land in Europe. That's Utah Beach. I thought there were some more smaller bunkers down right here. It's nothing visible for now. So we just checked the other side from this one. There's a real small museum there. I think it's really only called World War II Museum. If I'm not completely wrong, it's still Queen Will. I think in there it's a restaurant. The outside area is there. It's also a nice reuse of this massive concrete building. It's a small island outside there. I think it also got over there. It's also some sort of fortification, and you can make visits to there daily. It also starts down there with a small ferry. You can visit these places. So that's the one. And yeah, right, I was there last time, and the other one is inside the museum. Yeah, Memorial World War II Museum. Really small private museum, like the most of them. And the second bunker I was talking about, you can see the barbed wire on the roof. Right, like I remembered. That's the inside of the museum. Looking out, I think they have a little puck in there, anti-tank gun. And that's the concrete. That's inside of the museum. And down there, this grey building there, that's the second one. Just take another peek down there. But I think, yeah, pretty much like that. And I just walked down here. I saw those open windows, so I thought this old manor is empty. And by the look of the walls, how it was built, I think it got also a lot of history. So if you're looking for something, maybe call your local agent, maybe you got some connections. Right down at the beach. Really nice look. You're protected from the public by a nice concrete wall, some barbed wire. Not sure. So where we've been before, for these two batteries, one was somewhere behind there and the other one maybe same distance over there. And then what's left over is those two bunkers and what we've seen in my former videos before. This was an opening before for a mortar station, but it's damn near close to the beach. Then if you, like I said in some videos before, if you imagine you're down here at the beach making your duty and all the horizon then is full of ships. You can see all in the distance there. There's still land. Wait, I try to zoom in a little bit. Those two islands and then just those shadows in there. It's pretty hard to see. But there is a shoreline. I zoom out again. Going all around there. If you look on the bigger map for Normandy, that's a sort of U shape, maybe not completely, but like you see this opening here going down there, and imagine the same part is over there as well, opening down there, Gold Sword, Omaha, down here to Utah Beach, and then all this area full of ships throwing cannons at you, bullets at you. Pretty scary. So, no more bunkers to see from looking down there. That's pretty much it for here. And I think from now on, from here on, we move downwards to the memorial. Those summer cabins also look like not in use anymore. So maybe somebody needs those as well. I'm not sure if this is ancient or is this also part of the Atlantic Wall. Well, it's steel framed. Could put a cannon there or something. Maybe because it's so close to the shoreline, they put some concrete for the infantry outside, so they don't have to put bunkers everywhere. And you have a closed line there, keeping offshore. Probably. So I'm driving down to the Utah Beach Landing Day Memorial, and just the shoreline that I showed you. You see the two small islands down there. As you can see there, that's a bunkerment for mortars. And what you find, well, the shoreline is right behind this wall. The street following straight the shoreline, and every now and then you can see these big bunkers. That's probably for MG or something, and they're just like 10 meters land inwards. And yeah, mostly you just follow the roads, and everywhere you see modern concrete just as a big block standing in the road. There you easily find some old leftover bunkers, and yeah, mostly not brought into any new, meaning they're just standing around on private property, and the people built their gardens and their houses around it, fence them in, fence them out, whatever possibilities their land will give them. And that's pretty much how it's going all the way down there on Utah Beach. I didn't see too many bunkers back inland, but like I showed you before, the coastline really Battery Asbel, that's where we've been last year. We don't go there again. And yeah, the shoreline really that close. You put your bunkers that close and people make it to land there, you overrun really fast. Well, I'm not sure, I need maybe to read some more books. Maybe there's a second bunker line protecting this line directly behind there, but it's not visible today anymore. I'm not sure if there is. So yeah, I see normally there would have been another one already. I guess they're hidden in between the modern day houses now, so you don't find them every 2 minutes. Let's see, let's drive a little bit more down the road, see what we find until we get to the memorial. So, one more stop, not yet at the memorial. We just came down there, and in between there where I showed you the bunkers inland, and then for a long distance there's nothing on the outside. Then there's on the below the sign there's an MG stand, and then I was driving upwards here, I saw this bunker, so I'm like, okay, let's take a quick stop, and I saw the MG stand or mortar stand, which where my car at, and I just stepped out to take a look at it. And like I said before, those massive concrete bunkers nearly not been broken down, but then I walked up here and wanted to take a look, and then what made me curious is these steel frames in the ground. And as you can see by the angle, that's what we've seen in those other bunkers where the cannons are in there for showcase. You would have the cannon aiming out there, and these ones, there would be the wheels in, and you can steer the ankle. They would aim outside. So they made it. There was a bunker, probably this size, this style, standing right here, and they broke it down until only this floor was left over. You can see also steel armament from the concrete, and I just recognized it by these frames. So that's where the cannon was looking out there, firing down the beach line there, and the second one down there. And in this case, so they have so many different styles, different assemblings of bunkers with different type of weaponry they put in there. You can see there's a MG hole, probably for protection in there, so there would be a second one down here, and like I said, the mortar station in here. And I even saw this one again, unfortunately on private property, but to me, wait, where is it? It looks like this is looking and aiming inwards, inside land. So what we see here is the doors for the entrance, and the cannon or whatever would aim land inwards, if I'm not totally correct. So this would be the backside protection to these two bunkers, or maybe only for the soldiers manning those bunkers. Funny thing is, I'm visiting so many bunkers now, standing all over the place. Nobody really takes a look at it. The small number of tourists here, they just drive on by. They stop for the you see, let's take a look from the front. They stop at the museums and whatnot, but they're absolutely not interested in concrete. Oh, I didn't see one of those before. So it's a little bit different, right? They had two. That's an MG opening. Like I said, there's again a bunker type I haven't seen before. So cannon, bigger opening here. Something for the MG stand. Let's look out in the back. And still I don't see those steel frames down there. So maybe a smaller cannon or second one. Let's take a hop down here. And another MG stand down here. Well protected from anything coming in from on top. Sure, this side it's only concrete protection. Yeah, for the opening. Like we see many times. When the shooting comes from there, you're protected. So again, a different one. Haven't seen one with those openings before. Normally it's flat there. This one coming out a little bit further even. And then the cannon aiming out here. Yeah, and that one bunker there in the background. I remember we've been at one stop, I'm not sure if it's in between there or already passed it by. We even had 3 or 4 of those all around. So one was for the ammunition, one for the people, and yeah, another small one maybe for communications or whatnot. So there's maybe one more mortar stand, and I think I just take one of those stones to get back up on there and then back to the car. Yeah, just another mortar. So that's it from here. Let's move further down to the landing memorial. Yeah, I would guess it has the opening to the back. Of course, this one concrete here, wait for the finger, where's the finger? This one is protecting the doors getting in. But I'm pretty sure there's something aiming outside in the back. Okay, let's move on. So one more stop before the memorial where I wanted to stop in between. What I just found, and I took a quick look only last time I've been here. I was here at the end of my first day and it was heavily raining at that moment, so I just took a quick look, and that was the memorial down there. That's a French memorial with some small tanks, and we have a bunker group right down there. I'll show you in a second. But overall this is a big assembly of bunkers. As you can see down there, there's 3 or 4 bunkers for ammunition, and the MG stand, a mortar stand showing inland. There's an MG stand to the sea there. Oh wait, there's an MG stand here. There's an MG stand here. And there's one big bunker just right beside me. So there's 2 big ones there. There's one big one here. And I took a look inside. And it's just what I wanted to show you with the other bunker we've seen before, where only the floor was left. And that's it. That's a steel frame door, which would have been here. Like I told you, the steel they could use, so they took it. The cannon would have been here, and those are the steel frames. You see? Going there. 3 or 4 different steps. Probably also depending on how high you're aiming or something, I'm not sure. Or for different cannons you put in here. And then aiming down all the way to the beach. Or even out to the sea. And then, see, if the wall is here, I can turn the cannon all the way down there. And I can see all along the beach. That's where they would have aimed. Also, now that's ammunition depot. And then the side protection. So that's a real big group. I guess on this sector of the beach would have been heavy fighting back, even though it's narrow on the shoreline. So you can see water is going back already. Now it's maybe a meter less. And it's a big stronghold here. Like protection to all sides. Even though, just imagine you have to be positioned in one of those and you have to check all these areas. Nobody's coming from there, but in your back, hell is breaking loose. Cannonballs flying in, bullets flying over your head. Those heavy noise, and still you need to watch all this area concentrated and only hearing the noises in your back of all shooting, screaming, the boats, the cannons shooting in. Well, when they started landing, of course the ships didn't shoot here anymore, otherwise you would have friendly fire, but still. Oh, there's even one more motor MG also there. As you can see, there's an ammunition bunker. There's 2 more bunkers. There's a smaller bunker there. There's a small one there. Because you have to feed a lot of MGs. And 3 big cannons. Concrete. Motor stand. That's space for even a bigger one. And there are the other 2 bunkers I visited last time. So I just wanted to make a real quick stop to take a look at the French Memorial as well. But then I saw, because it was not raining, I saw the big bunker behind. I wanted to check it out real quick. So I wanted to share this one. So, not sure. We checked this black one last time. If it got a good hit, probably not. Or maybe the sand gave up under him, so it broke down. Fell over. And this would have been smaller cannon again, or even only an MG or puck aiming down there. One aiming out there. Like I said, all of them looking a bit different, right? We have similar one on the other side, where I showed you the frames on the floor. On the other, double fortification, it would be the same. But then we had a smaller one on this side, and now we have some sort of twin solution on this side with the big one. So different again. I think the sand gave up on him. Or maybe it was a try to hide them within the dunes, so they're not so obviously to see, because we have a small hill here. If I would stand down there, look up, I couldn't see them completely. One looking out in between there and one looking over it. Not sure. That's it. And what I said before was also wrong. I said about all these landing beaches, but of course this one here is only Utah Beach, if I'm not completely wrong. All the way down there is Point Hawk. We'll be there tomorrow. So we're only here at Utah Beach, and this one is already a horseshoe, as you can see there, going over there. Yeah, needed to correct this. Right, so now maybe next one is the real Utah Beach Memorial stop. See you there. So noontime, we reached the Utah Beach Landing Memorial. We've been there. I've been here a year ago. There's a museum with a nice airplane inside, and I just pay a quick visit to this landing boat, and this is the last stop, I guess. I only guess, for bunkers today. It's a half-day mark for today. What's on my plan? And from here on out, way inland, down all these roads, there's the memorial lane, I will call it. It's not called like that, but that's the memorials I want to visit. There will be the Richard Winters Memorial, the, of course, Easy Company Memorial. We've known them from Band of Brothers, so that's what I want to pay a visit to, and a couple of others. But I just saw on the maps, I have some stuff overseen down the shoreline behind the museum. I think it was already raining a little bit when I was here last year. The museum was really nice. Not sure if I step in. Also not yet sure where to take lunch. Maybe the little brasserie there. Not sure if it's too close to tourist attractions. That's it. Normally high prices, low quality. I'm not sure. Surely not counts for all of them. Smell is good, and they're one of them who use a bunker partially. You can see down there was a bunker before, and they put the restaurant and a little souvenir shop and whatnot. The bunker parts over there, little Sherman tank. Of course, if you search Utah Beach on Google Maps, you find easily this spot, landing boat, and those guys up there. So, well, and like I said, it's a lot more people. Only these concrete buildings, nobody is, but with the museums at least, some people pay their visit. Okay. So, the brown little dot that you can see there, that's the museum, the front side. And I walk down the beach. Maybe, is it no, it's less than a kilometer. It's maybe 500, 600 meter. And you can see all the dunes in between here, and there's nothing. No concrete leftovers, no nothing. Behind the museum there was this big group we had before, but now down here there's nothing. That's two small islands down there, and now we're really close to Point Hawk, Point Hawk. It's there. We visit tomorrow, and this is where you follow the river inside to the city of Carentan. It's down there. but there's no more bunkers or anything around here. So one thing is, they didn't finish it because the Atlantic Wall wasn't finished at the D-Day, or they thought this little area they can leave it untouched because they had a lot of cannons up there, maybe in between there also. We check tomorrow, and they thought they can reach over here, but I would have thought at least some MG posts or something. But like I said, the last one is over there, 100 meters up there, and that's it. So I guess if I don't find anything on the way back, that's it for the beach today. And then we check out maybe the museum, but definitely the memorials later on. So see you at the next stop. So first monument stop is again the sailor monument, like the one you found down there on Utah Beach. But this one specially dedicated, as you can see by the flag, to Danish sailors. And as written on the board, there were thousands of them cut off of their homeland when Germany occupied Denmark. And as you can see there, memory of 800 Danish seamen who participated in the Normandy landings. So landing monument is just right down there, 2 kilometers, and they put one here. So that's my first stop. And just a couple hundred meters down there is already the Richard Winters Memorial. So that's the next stop. And with this, our memorial trip will start. So at my second memorial stop, from here you still can see the museum from the Utah Beach landing memorial. I just came up the road here. The one memorial we stopped before is right here, and now we're at the second stop, and this is the Richard Winters Memorial, leader of Easy Company, not planned on D-Day but made on D-Day. And he's not so long here now, 12 years. And I was quite wondering, because everybody of you who have seen Band of Brothers, they know those were parachute troops. So they came in by airplane short before the landings. And I just wondered, because we are really still close to the beach, to the coastline, and I thought they landed way more inland. But I checked on the internet, and I was wondering why this memorial is here, and it's not so far away. It's just behind the road there. It's not yet to seen, but it's really close. The Easy Company Memorial will be the next stop, and from episode 2 of Band of Brothers, if I'm right, the first mission here in Normandy for Easy Company was there when they took out those cannons from Brecourt Mansion, something like this. So it's really close. I thought it was way off the coastline, but pretty close. So they put him a memorial here, like in 2012. And another one is for the whole company, Easy Company. And that's the next stop now. So here's the Easy Company Memorial. You can see here, Airborne, 101st Airborne Division, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, E Company, on D-Day. And they have the list of fallen soldiers from Easy Company from D-Day. And also this place is chosen because right here, like I said, is where they came first in action. Brecourt Manor is the right name. It was all over this field where the Germans had some guns without bunker fortification, like you could see from the Band of Brothers episode 2. They were just in trenches and dugouts, aiming down to the beach. Like I said, Richard Winters is just on the other side of the bushes and one field, and the coast is right down there. So it's like 2 kilometers down the coast. It's a distance for those guns. And even nicely, they have, it's a little hard to read, and the map is a little small, but it's really nice. Oh, the reflections don't show it really nice. If I go closer, yeah, you can see here. Well, Rich Winters came back after the war and to this place where he took over Easy Company and had his first action in the war, and he drew a map of what was happening this morning from when they landed in Saint-Mère-Église. It's right down there. So they landed a little bit more inland and came a little bit back here, and that's where they had the first action. So they put their memorial here. So from the people who made this. So this is Easy Company. I think we drive by the manor down there, which gave it the name. And the next 2 memorials will be one for the 101st. I think there's one for the 506 also, because of course they're not only Easy Company, there are much more. So this is this stop. Let's see for the next one. Not much to see anymore, but this is the building, Manoir de Bricot, belonging to the area where all this happened. So just you have seen it, but like I said, it's private property, so you're not allowed to get on the fields. Of course, who wants all the tourists running over the fields? So off to the 101st. So here we are, next stop. That's the one for the 101st memorial. As you can see, there's a reason why this memorial is here. So they established here at this chateau, I'll show you in a second, the first Allied surgical hospital on the Normandy. Well, we have different memorials I stop later, which have some background from the D-Day. So that's a bit inland. I think this is newer, but that's typical Normandy. The building you can see there in the back, I think there was a lot of space and it was like this before, so yeah, they built the first surgical hospital so they can make bigger operations, and unfortunately also stuff like amputations and whatnot. And that's the place where they built the first one, and this place is really tricky to find because this is one safe road, and trying to come here I first found 2 of those roads, but I wasn't sure if I was allowed to take them. There were different road signs, so I needed to find a way all around, but I did it. And as you can see, not many people here. Flag posts are already not existing anymore. Not sure how old this memorial is, but still, like I said, I pay all of them which I found a visit. And that's one for the 101st. 506 will come up also, and I think there's also I'm not sure, General Pratt, I think it's the next one. So further on with my trip. So Pratt Memorial, really quick, because this is so much middle in the nowhere. There's no parking spot. I need to put my car there. And that's just the roads passing by. have no chance to stop without. So that's why, that's a story. He was the first general Allied forces officer killed in the liberation of France. And on D-Day he died when his his glider crashed 250 meters east of this point. I'm not sure, General Pratt, no, I'm not there. I don't think winter took over for him. What they had to do with each other. And again, (101st) Screaming Eagles. So they put the little memorial here, flag posts. Not sure if they bring them up when the anniversary is in June. It's 80 years now already. So his glider crashed in some of those fields. Like I said, I try to pay all the memorials a little visit when I come along here. That's one of them. And let's see what's the next. The next one is not 506, the next is 507th. And that's the glider unit. Well, we see what they got for us there. Hopefully at least a decent parking spot. See you there. So, next stop, as you can read on the sign, it's the memorial from the 507th Parachute Infantry Regiment. And we're just, like the sign says, 5 kilometers outside of Saint-Mère-Église. And it's a bigger one, even though the parking lot is completely empty. We have a real nice memorial. We have a little, what's that, like an obelisk. I could use a little new plastic cover. That's pretty much what happened to them. You can see the stages starting from D-Day in the morning at 2:30. It's one that's in here. The coast will be down there. And that's the way how they fought until D plus 32. So they fought 32 days until they reached what point? It's not on the map anymore. The furthest on the, I don't know, 24, and that's day 32, right? So they came from here. Not sure the city name. Carentan is there. Saint-Mère-Église. So probably 5 kilometers from Saint-Mère-Église. Not sure because we came this way. Pretty much. So which way? I think first the Ardennes was winter 44. Battle of the Bulge. It's also a part of a Band of Brothers. It's an episode there, Battle of the Bulge. And then they were part of invasion of Germany in March 45. So there's fought Rhine River, Wesel River. So first the northern part, Munster, but then you see Essen, Mulheim, Duisburg. That's really inside North Rhine-Westphalia. All the industry is in Germany. So let's check out the memorial. Another dedication obelisk. little tricky to read. Oh, that's nice. I can read it already. You will be able to read it in a second. I think this says it pretty much in the gold letters. The beginning. Hanging on a parachute. Landing. Probably in enemy territory. Lucky if they don't already start shooting at you while you hang on this parachute. And one extra dedication to Joe Gandara. He's from the 507th. It's a picture of him. His story. Extraordinary heroism. So, also the flagpoles yet empty. Pretty sure they will be filled up in June. And cleaned a little bit. It's the emblem. Also nice. So it's a little bit of a story. So it's pretty much here. There's a small river going to the city here. And that's where D-Day started for the 507th. Where they fought their war. Just right down the street there's just another memorial for parachute troops. We'll see what they are dedicated to. It's also a little bigger place. But this one is really nice. Taken good care of. Yeah. Off to the next one. So now we have the memorials really close to each other. It's just a minute down the road. We have an airborne memorial for the Glider Infantry Regiment. And they have even a nice information board. So that's where they fought their way. They came down with the gliders. There we see the emblem again. And we have one more interesting thing over there. I just came from there. It's like a minute behind there. And the one I was aiming for is just right down there. The parachute memorial. That's where we stop next. But I just passed down here and saw this, so I turned around. That's the point where some things happened. Looks like on D-Day, because it's saying the 6th of June, and in the night of the 8th of June. And you can see this building, La Chapelle. That's the chapel, I would presume. And if I look at the shape of this building right here, and again here, see the small thing here, and then the size of the building. That's the back side. So pretty much that's the place where they landed, where they had some fights to fight. Right here in the fields around this little chapel, which is rebuilt. They have some flag posts, I guess. And then off to the parachute memorial. So that's the spot where we just stopped before, and now I'm at the parachute memorial on the side of it, as we saw it from downstairs, from down there. And well, also this one has a meaning why they placed it here, because an important part of the battle in Normandy, the fights that happened here on D-Day and the days following, where, well, we said the paragliders came down here. Of course, this is one of the spots which is good for it if you have flat land. I'm not sure if it was there back then, but I could imagine if it looked like this, you at least have some flat spots where you can land. Otherwise you have a lot of trees or like this smaller bush lines like those, but here you have a really nice green area, so areas like that would be nice. And another spot here, as you can see down there, we have a small creek going down there, and let's see if we take a look on the map in a minute. It's pretty much going around in the back and cutting off the beach which is behind us, and this is going inland. And of course what you need, if there's a river, you need bridges, right, to cross it. If you have tanks, if you have trucks, if you have yeah, whatever you need on supplies and whatnot, you need to get it over those rivers, so you need the bridges. So one of the bigger battles or fights that happened down here for this bridge. They took it in the night of D-Day and they held it under big losses. See, they fought here. It's the French, that's the English explanation. They fought here for 3 days. Yeah, and well, this plaque explains from all airborne, so all the parachute divisions which were fighting in Normandy. And as you can see, only here fighting for this bridge and around it, it's 254 troops killed and 524 wounded. And an US Army historian called it one of the most hotly contested pieces of ground in World War II. Hotly contested probably means they fought really hard for it, back and forth, just because of the importance of this little bridge. Just this little bridge. Well, just have a look down there on the map. That's a nice little memorial for the parachutes. So we have 2 more memorials left, the Iron Mike Memorial and the Filthy 13. I think one of them is right inside the Samme Église. So let's get over there. So last memorial for the day. That's the Filthy 13 memorial. Also really unique and special memorial. As you can see, this airborne paratrooper kneeling there, and that's a little history about why they are called the Filthy 13. Maybe some of you have seen them in some documentations also. So nicknamed because they were the demolition platoon. The story how they came here, especially dedicated probably to their corps leader, or I'm not sure about the correct name. Maybe he was just a member of the corps. And here, the little story, that's nice. Well, those are pictures or movie scenes maybe some of you have seen from the preparation of D-Day of the paratroops, when they cut themselves, the famous mohawks, and even the war paintings in the face. So it's a little bit of the history from D-Day, and as you can see, that's a part of the region where we drove around all day, and it's nice. Now I can show it a little bit more, because like the legend says, drop zones and glider landing zones. So the full circle is a drop zone, and a partial circle is a glider zone. So I'm not completely right what I thought before. This one was a parachute landing zone, and this is the little bridge where we've been before, La Fière and Chef du Pont. These are the two bridges they really hardly fought for. Here's Saint-Mère-Église in the back, and as you can see, like I explained, the river is going all through this area. This is wet area. That means even though they're fields, you cannot use them because they're swampy and they're really hard to use. So battery died on me. Quick back to this. So that's Utah Beach. You can see here 10th Army Corps landing here, and that's the area they had to conquer. So if you lose these bridges, you get until the river but not past it, right? So that's why it was so important. And we are now here. The map shows it already. We came down here from Saint-Mère-Église in Carentan now, and that's where they placed this 50-30 memorial. They even put them the color in the face of the statue. So that's it. So to finish off day one, we've been at those memorials, and I was early in time, didn't want to go back to the hotel that early, so I decided, because I was in Carentan, I stopped over at the D-Day experience. I've been there last time already, but I was a bit in a hurry, and I didn't take the option for the 3D cinema. Last time I took the simulator with the airplane, they opted. It was a nice experience back then, but this time I took the cinema, the 3D experience, and they had 3D glasses, of course, and also audio translator, so English, German, Italian, whatnot. And it was 45 minutes a movie. Really good explanation of D-Day itself, what happened, situation all over Europe, and then some certain stories about Utah Beach, because the D-Day experience is down here in Carentan. It was part of the Utah Beach situation, or what was happening down there. So I really liked it, and I found an English book for a traveler's guide in English, so I'll check this one out if I missed something. And that's pretty much it. Ending day one, made it all. Nice experience, nice memorials we visited. So that's it for day one. Coming back to you tomorrow, but for today, remember, life is short, so make the most of it.